Welcome to Disability Book Week Superstar Authors. I am your host, Kelly M. Likes. Let's set the scene. I am sitting here. I've got my Aunt Judy's favorite sweater on, and I'm wearing a black and white dress with white flowers. And in the background is a wall of all my favorite books. And today we are sitting here with Phyllis Leyden-Alexander, and she is wearing a purple jacket because it's chilly. And I see on the wall, she's got a whole bunch of pictures of her grandbabies, which is just beautiful. She's got some beautiful horn rimmed glasses on. And just want to say, welcome, Phyllis. How are you doing today?
I am doing great, and thank you for the introduction. I appreciate that. You forgot to mention all the gray hair.
Well, I'd have to do that for me then too. And that's we're gonna shy away from that one. Awesome. Well, we're so happy you're here. Can we start off? Can you just tell me a little bit about yourself?
Okay, well, I am so excited to be here and to be a part of this initiative. I am Phyllis Leyden-Alexander. I live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I am, I guess you would consider, a late bloomer. I started writing at the age of 66 and self-published my first book at 68. So this is a second career for me. Born and raised in New York City, blended family, 6 kids, 5 kids, 6 grandkids, one
Awesome.
granddog. That about sums it up.
That is awesome. What tell me a little bit about your book.
I read about my grandson specifically is how I began to write. Noah's my grandson, born very, very prematurely, spent 5.5 months in the NICU, was not given a very promising prognosis. Uh, Came home and we were told to just make him comfortable.
Wow.
But my daughter and I refused to be limited by that diagnosis and she always insisted that the doctors look up from his chart and look at him because he is engaging, he's mischievous, he's funny, has significant disabilities. He's in a wheelchair, doesn't speak words that we typically would understand unless you spend time with him. Um, Minimal vision in one eye, and so a lot of issues, a lot of challenges. But that's the beauty of getting to know him. We just have to dig a little deeper, and you get to meet this wonderful, funny, um, talented kid. And so that's what I write about. I write about him, his adventures. His mom keeps him moving and exposed to as much as she can, and to um, encourage other families, other kids, and people that don't have disability challenges. Because what he does to push past, and so many in our community have to do to push past, is, it's an encouragement to everyone.
Awesome. So you said you started late in life writing this book. Can you tell us a little bit about the writing process? What sparked the desire to write and publish?
It's amazing. It's amazing to me. I'm always amazed. Had no intention or plan or inkling. My husband and I were visiting because we're in Pennsylvania, they're in Georgia, and we were there with Noah, and my husband was saying, "Oh, the Grams are here, the Grams are here." And I just had something just spark in me. I just feel like God just put a seed in there and said, "Let's see what you're going to do with it." Because we get sparks along life as we go on our path, but I've had many and I just let them fall to the wayside. But this time I actually sat down to write and shared it with my 2 kids, Noah's mom and my son. And they said, "Mom, this is good. You should pursue this." And so that's what I've been doing. It's been a journey because I've started from zero. No knowledge of anything. But it's been a joyful journey.
Awesome. Would you have any advice to anybody else who might be thinking of writing a book? Any advice about how to start or how to grab hold of that spark?
That's that word you mentioned is start. and I have done rewrites. The first version of the book was not the final version of the book, but it was enough to pull out of me what was in me. And I had the courage, that's another word, to share it with my kids because it's so personal. It's almost like a child that you don't want to uncover because we don't often want the I don't like the word criticism, but review.
Yes.
It's very, very personal. So start. If it's in you, get it out, put it on paper, find a few people you trust, take the critique. I looked online quite a bit, starting out children's books, which is, my what I write and glean some there from other children's authors and experts in the field. And just kept moving, made a lot of mistakes, a lot of mistakes, a lot of mistakes. Like, that's all the learning process.
Awesome. Well, it is my favorite part of the interview. I would love it if you would share and read part of a story from one of your books.
I would be delighted, and I have, 2 I've actually written 5.
Oh, awesome. Yes, please
What?
show them all up.
I just wanna show you 2. First one, the one that's on your site, is, different but the same, and it introduces you to Noah, how he likes to do things typical children do. He just has to do them in a different way. And so this was my foray. He is my heart. And again, for people to get to know him, to look past other kids, to not be afraid when they meet a kid who is different from themselves because of disability. Oh, I know about a kid like that. I read about him. His name is Noah. That was my hope and intention for that first book. But as I mentioned, his mom keeps him on adventures. I mean, hair raising adventures. My this was the first actual adventure I wrote about, and I'm gonna read a little to you,
Awesome.
and it is, Noah Goes to Camp. She informed me that, she was taking him to overnight camp. She was leaving him there for a week,
Oh,
and I said, "You can't do that. You cannot do that. Just can't do that." But she didn't listen to me. 200 miles from home, I should say.
holy cow.
This Camp Pasca, where they have medical professionals. He had 2 dedicated, um, uh, counselors with him at all time, and so he got to do so many things he'd never done before. So I'll just read an excerpt, and then there's a poem inside of the book. I do write in rhyme, but some poem inside of the book that I will wanna read to you as well. So this is Noah. Guess what you're going to do? That's the question my mom asked of me. It's something fun and it's something new, but I didn't know what it could be. You're going to camp. You'll be there a week. It's overnight camp, so you'll stay there to sleep. When I was a kid, I went away to camp too, and I wanted this special experience for you. The name of the camp is ASCCA. It's in Alabama, 200 miles away. But we have much to do before you go there. We need things from the store and a trim for your hair. We'll see Mr. Jamal at his barber shop. He can cut just a bit from the sides and the top. And this is Noah visiting Mr. I'm just, and then the next page is, then we hurried back home and mom packed my stuff. She always makes sure I have more than enough. One last look at her list to be sure nothing's missed. And this is her list. List like a Santa Claus list. So love see what it takes to get our kids anywhere. Then out the door, down the ramp, and I'm on my way to overnight camp. On my way to do things I'd never done before. I had no idea just what was in store. And then I go on. He rode a zip line. He did back riding. He had arts and crafts with his friends. They had parties. He just had the best time. And it was a learning experience for me. And that's the poem that I want to read in my initial reaction. And to all of us who want to hold our kids so closely to protect them. "Hey," shrieked my grandma. "No, not overnight. You must keep Noah near, not out of your sight. What if Noah gets sick? He will be all alone. He should not go to camp. He should stay close to home." My mom used her calm voice, said, "Nurses are there. They will keep Noah safe. You have no need to fear." Grandma thought for a while about what Mom had said. Then she gave me a hug and nodded her head. See, I might start crying. Mom's brave with the things she allows me to do. If I were your kid, would you be this brave too? Because if I don't try, then how can I know how great I can be or how far I can go? That is beautiful. Hey, listen, this,
I love that. Thank you for sharing. That was beautiful. Like I beautiful and very personal, but very
here,
relatable as well, right? That
yes,
fear of letting our kids or grandkids do things that we think that having that little bit of faith to know that they'll be all right. Yeah,
feel right.
they'll be all right. Well, any last words that you'd like to part with?
Um, no, I think I said, just, um, just trust the process. I've learned so much, not just from Noah, but the other kids, his friends. If we take the time, when we take the time to let them communicate with us in their way, our lives are so much richer. And I would like to just close with that.
Thank you very much. Phyllis, thank you so much for being a part of Disability Book Week Superstar Authors. You are definitely a superstar author. Thank you.
Thank you very much for having me.